Hi everybody! Happy holidays! I welcome you to Jade Palace Yamingong. My name is Eunice, but you can call me Yaya. The holiday season is almost over. Have you finished shopping for presents yet? If not, here is a list that you make sure not to buy according to traditional Chinese superstitions. So let's get started. Happy holidays everyone! 圣诞节快乐! Merry Christmas! In Mandarin, we don't have a Happy Holidays equivalent, just Merry Christmas. And presents, 礼物, are brought by 圣诞老公公, the Christmas grandpa, so Santa Claus. Why isn't there a more inclusive phrase like Happy Holidays? It's not because we don't acknowledge other religious holidays, it's just to us, Christmas is not a religious holiday. Since Christmas is more of a Western holiday, we don't really have an equivalent in Chinese culture. The only other holiday that might bear some similarities is the Spring Festival. And other than that, not so much. It wasn't until the last century that we started to celebrate Christmas, and it was more commercially than religiously. Therefore, 圣诞节快乐 is more of a blanket term for the holidays. Asian cultures love wordplay, especially the Chinese. Wordplay is such a huge part of our culture that we will base decisions on whether a number or word is lucky or not. Therefore, here is a list of no-nos to be mindful of when gift giving during the holidays. Pears. Fruits are almost always a good gift, but be careful giving pears. To share a pear in Mandarin is 分离, which sounds the same as 分离, which means to part or separate. Giving someone pears may tell them that you no longer wish to be in their life. Shoes. There are two reasons why we don't like to give shoes as gifts. The first is that shoes in Mandarin is 鞋. Another word that sounds exactly the same is evil, 邪. Same tone, different character. So when you give someone a pair of shoes, it could be taken as if you're wishing evil into their lives. The other reason is that when you give someone a pair of shoes, it's like asking them to walk away from you. So be careful giving shoes because they could use them to run out of your life. Umbrella. Umbrella in Mandarin is san, which sounds like the word for scatter, san. Giving umbrellas as a gift is like saying you and the recipient's relationship is about to dissolve. Fans. Just the same with umbrellas, the Mandarin term for fans, shan, sounds similar to scatter, san. Again, gifting them signifies that you want to break your relationship. So while fans are pretty, gifting them to your partner may accidentally tell them that you want to break up. Sharp objects. Knives and scissors are a big no-no. I don't think anyone would think that sharp objects are a good gift idea. It's common sense. But you never know. Since knives and scissors are used to cut things, it should come as no surprise that they would symbolize cutting ties. Just like pears, fans, shoes, umbrellas, these are gifts associated with severing relationships or connections. Green hats. Unlike the other objects, this one's a little bit more interesting. The term to wear a green hat, 戴绿帽, means that your spouse or partner is cheating. So if you give a green hat as a gift, you're making some severe accusations. So if you give this gift, be prepared to answer some serious questions. Clocks. The term giving a clock, 送钟, has the same pronunciation as 送钟. This is a process when a family has completed the burial process of a deceased loved one. Clocks are by far the worst thing you can give to a Chinese person. By gifting a clock is basically the equivalent of cursing someone to die. And the list is pretty long. It's also not recommended to give dolls, mirrors, handkerchiefs, candles, and so on. Be sure not to wrap presents in black or white wrapping paper, as these are colors associated with funerals. And also, do not write greeting cards or thank you notes in red ink, as this is viewed as being unlucky as well. So just make sure to do your research. Different languages and dialects can also make what is acceptable different. In Taiwan, it is good to give pineapples to businesses and family members, but they make horrible gifts for hospitals and police stations. In Taiwanese, pineapples are onglai, which sounds similar to wanglai. This means to bring in fortune and business, which makes it great for businesses. But hospitals and police stations don't want constant business. That is just asking for an endless list of patients and cases. It is going to make them work themselves to death. Numbers play a huge part as well. Most Asian cultures avoid the number 4 because it is often associated with death. In Mandarin, 4, 4, sounds similar to 死, which means to die. The stigma with 4 is equivalent to 13 in Western culture. And it goes so far that some buildings won't have a 4th floor. It goes directly from the 3rd floor to the 5th. So obviously, don't give gifts in groups of 4, as this could be seen as unlucky. Do give gifts in groups of 6 or 8. 6, 六, sounds like liu, which means to go smoothly. And 8, 八, sounds like fa, which means fortune or to prosper. This is also why a lot of companies and businesses incorporate 8s whenever they can. What are some good gifts to bring? This can be especially hard if you don't speak the language. Fruits. Even though pears may not be the best gift, overall, fruits are generally welcome. If you're unsure on what kind of fruits to give, you can never go wrong with simple and common fruits. Apples, oranges, peaches, and grapes are all great gift ideas. Specialty items. Gifts that are generally harder to source or are expensive are great gift ideas. If you can afford it, ginseng and abalone. If not, chocolate is a good affordable option as well. Alcohol. A good bottle of cognac, whiskey, or wine can never do you wrong. It is no secret that Chinese people love to drink, so a good expensive bottle of alcohol will never go unappreciated. Money. In Western culture, we don't like to give money because it seems lazy or thought wasn't put into the gift. It's not the case in Chinese culture. While giving money in Western culture seems impersonal, Chinese people would happily accept it. Red envelopes, 红包, are generally associated with Chinese New Year, but they are actually used year-round. Giving money wrapped in red envelopes as gifts are perfectly acceptable and even encouraged. Etiquette. What to do when giving or receiving gifts. This may sound weird, but if you give any of the listed taboo gifts, what you can do is ask for a small amount of money, like a penny. This way, it creates a loophole that you sold them the gift and it negates the bad juju. I know this sounds weird to Westerners, but this is such a great way to backtrack in case your gift may be taken the wrong way. When receiving or giving gifts, make sure to use both hands. When you use one hand to take or give, it can seem like you're very dismissive. Therefore, it's very, very disrespectful. Expect the recipient of your gift to refuse around 2 or 3 times before accepting because they don't want to be seen as greedy. In return, when you are given a gift, initially refuse a couple times before taking it. If you take it right away, you may be seen as the greedy one. And make sure your gift is well wrapped or packaged. This shows that you put thought into the presentation. Therefore, you respect the person you're giving it to. If you guys notice, a lot of the taboo gifts symbolize loss or severance. We don't like receiving or giving gifts that are disrespectful. Respect is a very important thing in Chinese culture, and we will make sure to do anything to not lose face. I know this sounds like a lot, and it is. But the thing is, and you guys are going to be so mad at me when I say this, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter as much now as it did in older times, so don't worry too much about it. Seriously, unless someone intentionally gave me a clock or shoes to insult me, I wouldn't really care. Like, give me pears. I love pears, and these pears are so expensive, I will eat them. Or give me a nice Rolex watch. I would not refuse that. Unless you are intending to be spiteful, and it all comes down to intention, or if your recipient is too traditional, you should be fine. But honestly, don't give a clock to your grandmother. That would be really bad. And if you're really worried, the main taboos to remember are: don't give sharp objects, don't give clocks, and don't give increments of 4. So what do you guys think? What are some gifts that are considered taboo in your culture? And have you accidentally given a gift that is considered taboo? Leave a comment down below because I would love to hear your stories. Also, let me know what topic you would like to see me cover in the future. I also just released a new shirt design on my Teespring store. Please go check it out. The link is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like or subscribe to Jade Palace Yamingong. I would very much appreciate that. I wish you all a happy holidays. Stay safe. I appreciate and love you all. See you guys next year. 再见啦，拜拜。